Now, let me give you a little story about introspection, about a person looking into themselves. It's a very funny story, but it's pretty sad. I've said it here before, but it's a very important story because it's very, very true. So, introspection means really looking at yourself. Now, there's a story like this. There was this guy, he was an alcoholic. And he used to go out drinking all the time to the bar. And his wife really got fed up with this guy. Every night he'd come home, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, stinking from alcohol, fall into bed, start snoring, burping, he was drunk, he was a drunk. She said, listen, Harry, if you come back to this house one more time drunk, I'm throwing you out. With your clothing, with your stuff, out of here. No, I'm going to change, I'm going to do tshuva, I'm not drinking anymore. Okay. That lasted for a couple hours, and she falls asleep the next night. And she's snoring away, and he's like, okay, I could sneak out, go to the bar, get a couple of drinks, I'm not going to get too drunk, sneak back, get into bed, she'll never know I left. Brilliant idea. Okay, so he sneaks downstairs, and he goes to the bar. Of course, when he gets to the bar, 1 drink, 2 drinks, 5 drinks, 10 drinks. Guy's blissed out of his brains, right? He comes home, and he goes downstairs, and he wants to, that his mouth shouldn't smell from the liquor, so he goes to the refrigerator, and he fills himself up a big glass of Coca-Cola, right? He figures he'll go upstairs, he'll take some drinks, and she won't smell the alcohol. Anyway, he's walking up the steps, and he falls. And the glass breaks. And when it hits the floor and it shatters, it breaks all over. The slivers of the glass fly into his face, and his face is totally cut up. And he's bleeding. And he's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to tell her in the morning? What was I doing? Right? So he runs to the bathroom, and he figures that it's perfect alibi, because the Coca-Cola is all over the carpet, right? The glass is all over the carpet. He went downstairs to get a soda, and on the way up he fell. Perfect. So he takes the Band-Aids. He's got all these cuts all over his face, and he puts the Band-Aids all over his face, right? Sneaks into bed, and he goes to sleep. Next morning, shaking him up, she's like, get up, you drunk! Get out of my house, take your clothing, take your stuff, never come back. He goes, what? She goes, you were drunk last night, you snuck out of the house, you went to the bar, you were so blitzed out of your mind. He goes, what are you talking about? I went downstairs, and I went to get a glass of Coke, and I was going up the stairs, and I tripped, and it broke, and the glass went all over my face, and it's not my fault. She goes, yeah? She gets out of bed, she pulls him by his pajamas, pulls him into the bathroom, right? And he takes one look in the bathroom at the mirror, and he goes, uh-oh, what happened? He was so drunk that when he looked in the mirror to see the cuts, instead of putting the Band-Aids on his face, he put the Band-Aids on the mirror. So she walks in, and there's Band-Aids all over the mirror, and of course none on his face, because he was so blitzed. This is a story, Isaiah story, right? It's a cute story. It's not such a cute story. It's not such a cute story. Because it's a very, very good mashal. Because people are always busy fixing their reflection, how they look in public. But they're not busy fixing themselves. They're busy putting the Band-Aids on the mirror. Oh, when I go to shul, what is this one going to think of me? When I walk outside, what is this one going to think of me? That's not about introspection. That's not about fixing yourself. Fixing yourself is not putting Band-Aids on your reflection in the mirror. Fixing yourself is putting Band-Aids on your face, on yourself, on looking at who you are compared to who? Compared to you.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.